Hey guys, welcome to what you're watching Open Studio right here on Cape Town TV. As always, I'm your host for today's show. My name is Danny Kamboa. And yes, our favorite lady is back. We've got Kim Williams in studio today. Remember guys, she is a behavior specialist and interior creative. So what she does is assist people that are currently, battling through this time of pandemic, or even if it's not a pandemic, you don't like how your current surroundings look. You want to add some more color. You want to add some more oomph, more vuma, some more life into your life, some more color into your life. Kim is the person. All right, Kim, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Danny. It's great to be back and to see you all again.
Oh yes, it's great to have you back. Just for those that's watching for the first time, that do not know you, can you just introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit more about yourself and also what it is that you do.
Thanks, Danny. My journey started from when I was a little girl. You know my story, having been born with a club foot, and how that affected me in that I spent a lot of time in my bedroom as a child, and understanding, and I realized as I grew older how much this actually informed what was important to me and how that room affected me and actually almost the rest of my life. I studied actually business management, marketing, and communications because I love to write. And I became a behavioral specialist working in change management and running a consulting company for 13 years, my own business at the time, which is how I started sort of from an entrepreneurial perspective. But my passion was always about interiors. And it started in my yellow bedroom, which I do a weekly blog on. Which I actually started during COVID-19 to help people, and support them during these difficult times, because there was so much that has happened over this time and its association with being confined in a small space. And that is actually how I came to be into this space of interior creativity, because I got sick when I was in my early 40s, and I had to actually over time closed down my consulting business. And I had to find a way to reinvent myself. And it created an opportunity for me to really get back to the basics. And I've been in interior design for many years, and I'd been in property development for a long time. And I started to grow it until it became this business that it is today, but combining it with my behavioral background and my consulting skills. So that really what I do for people is understand how the environment affects them, what they want from their environments, and then how can we design it in a way to deliver those outcomes.
Okay, wow. So previously we spoke about how light and color can actually affect one's mood. If you can tap into that one more time and just tell us, how can light and color affect one's mood?
Yeah, no, it's an important point, Danny. I think, there's been a lot of research done into color, and it is very interesting that there's two dynamics or elements to it. One is that scientifically it's proven that color can actually affect our heart rate, our mood, even, how quickly we breathe, which I find very interesting. And it also affects our concentration and make us feel more restful, energetic, or not. So it's the combination of these things that makes it very interesting. And it's about how it absorbs or reflects light. And it also makes sense because we'll find that we're drawn to different spaces in our homes, depending on whether they're lighter or whether they are darker, because it makes us feel a certain way. And we have different association with color too. So you might like the color blue because you remember playing outside and blue skies. And as a result, maybe you have a blue bedroom or a lot of blue in your house. Maybe you have had a wonderful winter, a wonderful party, or fell in love with a really pretty girl and she was wearing a yellow dress when you were little, and so you love the color yellow. So we also have associations to color, which also makes us feel a certain way.
Yeah. So when we speak about, having to change our surroundings in order to suit a certain, to get to a certain point of color so that we can get to a certain point of mood, where your mood change or you can be in a happier space of mind. Does it have to be a big renovation? Has a lot have to happen for you actually to get to where you want to be?
No, no. I think if you want I think the first thing you've got to ask yourself before you even get to the color question
Yeah.
is really what do you want from your space?
Mm.
And I think during COVID-19, a lot of people were asking those questions to say, all of a sudden I found myself locked in the space. Maybe it's only a room. Maybe you're lucky enough to have more rooms or a house. Maybe you've got outside or inside. And all of a sudden your space needed to deliver a lot more than what you ever needed it to do before.
Yeah.
So you've got to ask yourself, what do you need my space to do? So when you understand that, and understand what you want, that's the starting point. The second thing is who uses that space? How many people are there? How do you make it function together? When you understand those things, that then helps you understand how the space must serve you. So,
Yeah.
for example, if you've only got a smaller space, do you have to use your dining room table, for example, to do different things, from eating to maybe being a school desk to being a work desk? So, very important questions to ask. Then
Wow.
to
Mhm.
say, renovation is not necessarily having to knock down a wall, put in a window, repaint a thing. Renovation can be also just by reorganizing. And it's usually the best place to start. So I always advise my clients, the first thing you need to do before you decide to, you know, to spend any major money is understand what it is you want, what you like about your space, what you don't like about your space. Then take it all out. Do it room by room. Take everything out. Rearrange your furniture. Change the layout so it works better. Maybe you put your desk under the window so you have a lot more natural light and can look outside. And the way in which your furniture is arranged. Don't put all your furniture right up against the walls because it will make feel like the walls are closing in on you. So rearranging it makes a massive difference.
Wow.
Declutter. Get everything out of your space that you can. If you don't need it, give it away. Repurpose it, sell it, because things take up energy. So that's the first point of renovating. Then you can look at how you add color and use color to help you improve the mood or the temperature of the room or the light of the room.
Wow. So you touched on a point that I was going to ask you earlier on, in terms of this coloring. What if a viewer or whoever's watching right now does not have the money or the resources, the paint in particular, to color? So that is one of the questions that I want to tap into when we come back. We're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we can discuss it. For those that's watching at home is thinking, wow, I want to do that, but I do not have the money or I do not have the paint. What else can I do? All right, so that we'll tap on when we come back. So guys, I urge you to stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back after this. All right, guys, welcome back. If you just tuned in, you're not too late. You're watching Open Studio right here on Cape Town TV. I'm your host for today's show. My name is Danny Campbell. For those that just tuned in, we've got Kim with us in studio. Kim Williams, she is a behavior specialist and also an interior creative. Okay, so what she does is help those that are currently facing difficult times during the pandemic or just difficult times in life in general to brighten up the day, add some color into the life and also in the surroundings. So, Kim, welcome to the show one more time for those that just tune in. Just to continue with our conversation, we spoke about light and adding color into our homes. And when we speak about color, we speak about paint, we speak about renovation. And what about somebody that does not have money, somebody that does not have paint maybe? Like we've got a voice note on the line from one of the viewers. She wants to turn her room into a rainbow room. We might need color for that. You might not need color for that. So we're leaving that to you. So I'm gonna have the editors play the video, the voice note, and then see what you can, how you can guide her into making the best out of what she has. So let's have a listen.
I want to know how to convert my room to a rainbow. Yes, to a rainbow. Like I want my room to be very bright, like rainbow colors. I want to know how can I convert my room to rainbow colors without like using a lot of money, since we are facing COVID-19. And the reason I wanted to be so colorful, like with rainbow colors, because rainbow colors to me, they symbolize happiness, they uplift my energies. And since now I'm stuck at home, I can't go to nature, like go around, do what I normally do, and be out there, spread the energies and exchange energies with other people. So I think it will be a good idea having like bright colors, rainbow colors. Like imagine now when I'm just waking up, opening my eyes, like the roof, the the walls, like everything is bright, and it will just uplift my spirit like every morning and like right through the day, every day. So my question is like, how would I convert my room to that rainbow and without like using a lot of money?
All right, Kim, what do you think?
Sure. You know what? The first thing I have to tell you is that our caller is extremely on trend.
Yeah.
Interesting fact. The concept of rainbow colors and rainbow rooms
Hmm.
is a growing trend in Europe at the moment.
Okay.
And really, what is this is coming about is really about inclusivity, and really about mood and how COVID has affected us. So it's very interesting that our young lady wants to create a rainbow room. And also, what we found, one of the trends with COVID is that how exactly what we're talking about now,
Yeah.
how people are using color to improve their mood, and also how we're making our spaces more sort of like escape type environments, fantasy,
Yeah.
because we can't travel, because we can't go away. People are using color to create much more creative and fantastical places. So I thought that's quite an interesting fact, and our caller might be interested in that, just to know that she's very on trend.
Yeah.
Um, I think the first thing she needs to do with not a lot of money is she has to have a plan. You know, I think a lot of the mistakes people make when you try and plan a space is that you focus on, um, you kind of buy anything you can find that you think will fit into your theme. And then you can land up wasting money or not even using those things in your space. And also, if you have a plan, it means you can do things slowly. You start with what are the most important things, or with what you can afford, and you do it over time, which means you can manage your budget or manage the amount of money that you spend, and also start to get your mind to be more open to looking for things in that space. Things don't have to happen overnight, but if you know where you're going, you do things one step at a time. So some of our suggestions for our caller is that she wants to paint. I would do firstly look at the layout of her room, because I saw that her bed, you want to make sure that you've got as much natural light for her, for her video recording, etc. So to try and look at the natural light element will be very important for her YouTube business, because I believe she's launching her channel. So she wants to record in her room. The other thing I would look at is that doing that striped wall would be a fantastic background for a YouTube channel. And if she doesn't have a lot of money, there's a number of things you can do. One is you could use the base color of your wall that you have already and get masking tape, buy a liter of white paint, and you can use other colors of leftover paints, or you can even get at a local hardware store small bottles of paint color, which is really cheap. You can buy them for between 5 and 20 Rand for a paint color bottle, and you can use ordinary white paint and mix your own colors.
Wow.
And then if you put the masking tape onto the walls, it will create, you can make fat stripes, thin stripes, depending on how much paint you have, and paint your stripe walls slowly. So maybe you start with one stripe this month because you can only afford the 1 liter of paint and the 5 Rand for your color. And you can paint that wall maybe over a period of time. It can even be an interesting clip for a YouTube channel. So it's an interesting way to be able to create that feature wall. The other thing I would suggest from her is that, people are always wanting to help people with their YouTube channel. And if she makes that plan, and she presents that mood board. You know, there's a lot of channels, if you go online, of these like help me achieve my dream, where people can fund your room and help her develop a budget. The other thing I would encourage her to do is that maybe her rainbow room is a South African rainbow room, and that she can collect all sorts of colorful items that are related, that she can find in her own environment and community to add color to her room.
Wow. Wow.
So, for example, bits of fabric that she can collect from people that she knows or loves, then to make like a patchwork curtain that I saw hanging in one of the inspiration photos that she shared.
All right, Kim, thank you so much for that insight. I'm sure she can take some of these advice and, just brighten up her room and, help her just add more color into her YouTube channel. So we're going to take a short break for those that's watching at home, and also for you, Kim, just to, refresh and just relax. When we come back from the break, we continue with our conversation with Kim Williams, who's just under Kim Kardashian on the internet. So we'll be back after this. Welcome back. You're watching Open Studio. As always, you're speaking to Danny Kamboa, and I've got Kim Williams with me in studio for those that just missed it. Kim is a behavior specialist and also an interior creative. So just to continue with our discussion with Kim, for those that missed it, you can always catch the show on Cape Town TV. But for now, we want to know all about Kim. What is next for you, Kim?
Danny, I'm busy working on my ebook, My Yellow Room, which is basically about putting together my design process and practical tips for people to apply in their own environments, given the need that's come out during COVID-19. So you look out for that. And then, of course, you can see my work and read these blogs in the interim on my website on kimwilliams.co.za.
All right. So tell us about, just slightly about color event. What is that? What can we expect there?
In terms of the color element of it. Yeah. So in this ebook, I'm going to be focusing a lot on how you use your space and color in your own environment, with practical tips on how to actually make it work in your spaces. Specifically looking at how it affects mood, temperature, of your environment, as well as the elements of managing how much furniture you've got, your layouts, and how you actually get to, if I can use our caller's vision of her rainbow room, how do you go from this vision of a rainbow room to actually achieving it? So from understanding the space and layout, to the plan, to how you actually put the whole thing together to achieve a really unique look that really reflects who you are as a person and how you want to feel and be.
Okay, wow. So where are you operating at the moment? Do you go, can you be called to go and actually do the decorations yourself? Or do you only do it through your books, through your blog, through your videos? How are you operating at the moment?
Danny, I actually am a very busy interior from an interior perspective. I work with residential environments, corporate environments, and commercial environments. At the moment, I'm working on 3 apartment blocks where I'm working with developers to actually package the whole building. So how must the building feel? What is the kind of lifestyle people want? Working with the layouts, looking at the colors that are going into the building, selecting all the finishes, overseeing the installations. And that's really a big part of my job, and how I actually gain the experience to be able to share with our viewers and our listeners as to how you can do it yourself. Then another part of my element is obviously looking at renovations and the decor side of it. So there I work with residential clients, even commercial spaces, to really kind of put the whole look and feel together. And then, of course, there is the thinking work, which is the writing work and the sharing of our views. So there's many dimensions to my business, but I'm constantly looking to understand how our environment is changing and what that means for us as how we live. What are the trends around it, and how do we apply it to ultimately help us improve the quality of our life and how we work, which is really what I believe my purpose is. My purpose is about trying to improve people's outcome, the performance, their own personal performance and sense of well-being, both in a workspace and in a residential space.
Wow.
My studio is at my office, is sort of at my home, as I've mentioned, but and I do a lot of on-site work as well.
Wow. All right. So for those that want to know more about you, that want to maybe ask for some advice, want to chat to you about, how can they get a hold of you and how can they do so?
You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. As you jokingly said, I'm just under Kim Kardashian on Instagram if you search me in Cape Town.
Yeah.
But my handle is Kim_Williams_design. And then on Facebook, I'm Kim Williams Design. You can also have a look at my work and follow me and subscribe to my blog and my newsletters and kimwilliams.co.za. And reach me by then if you want to arrange an online consultation.
Wow. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a pleasure having you in studio with us today, and just to give us a little bit more of knowledge about light and color, something that we really take for granted, but actually we see how much effect and impact it has on our emotional well-being. So thank you so much for that, and thank you for those that's watching at home for tuning in with and staying with us throughout the show for the whole hour. So from me and the Cape Town TV crew, guys, say thank you till next time. Bye-bye.